Escape Emery. Takedown Emery. 30 seconds to wrestle. Escape Zeno.
Technical violation, green, 1 point red.
And it's only fitting Emery and Zetbauer are going to overtime. Takedown Emery. He wins by way of an 11-9 decision in overtime. Have a big round of applause. For Phillipsburg's Colin Emery and our very own Adam Zenbauer.
campus of Voorhees High School in Glen Gardner, New Jersey. StatelinerSports.com proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners take on the Vikings of Voorhees High School. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore. And along with Jim Meglick, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Wrestling is brought to you on StatelinerSports.com by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Ahart, Frinzi & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Urco Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 908-283-4342. Stateliners have completed their warm-ups. Voorhees finishing up theirs right now. Stateliners come into the match with a record of 10-1 on the season. The Vikings come in at 13-6. This is the last regular season match for both schools. Phillipsburg will be hosting Sayreville on Monday night in the North Jersey Section 2 Group 4 sectionals, a quarterfinal round. And the Vikings will be home with Homedale in Central Jersey Group 2. So they're going to be introducing the wrestlers to the crowd, and we'll run down those starting lineups for you. At 138 pounds, which is where we'll start tonight, for Phillipsburg, it'll be junior Josh Ramos, 3-3, against August Heithoff. And right now, everyone is being asked to stand here at Voorhees as sophomore Jessica Brindelson will sing our national anthem. At 145 pounds for Phillipsburg, it'll be either junior Brian Meyer, 21-7, or sophomore Jason Zinsmeister, 7-11, against senior Liam Coutry-French, 17-8. 152, either Meyer or Zinsmeister, against Matt Brandner, a sophomore, 7-14 for the Vikings. 160, Shamir Broaders of Phillipsburg, a junior, 4-10. Against Ben Brandner, a senior, 11-11. 170, the Stateliners have weighed in Cody Krutz, a freshman, 0-5. and senior Dan Fisher 11-7 against senior Mike Fernandez 26-0. 182 either Krutz or Fisher against junior Scott Fernandez, who is 22-4. 195 Drew Horan for Phillipsburg, a senior 24-4 against sophomore Louis Fernandez 22-4. 220 Robert Melise of the State Liners. State runner-up a year ago was senior 21-2 against sophomore Sam Huff 11-11. 285 Phillipsburg senior Ronnie Panalo 1-0 against senior Adam Murdoch 2-3. Back up the top then at 106 Cullen Day of Phillipsburg, a junior 21-5 against sophomore Aiden Taylor 16-8. 113 Travis Jones of the State Liners, a sophomore 17-7 against junior Colby Kaczynski 14-10 for the Vikings. 120 Tyrus Manley of the State Liners, a senior 6-8 against sophomore Hunter Reinhardt of Voorhees 19-6. 126 Phillipsburg sophomore Cody Harrison 11-4 against freshman Joe DeLucent for Voorhees. He is 10-8. And wrapping up the night at 132, Phillipsburg sophomore Kyle Tino 8-12 against senior Colton Riley, who is 13-11. The State Liners have dominated this series. They have never lost to the Vikings. In a series that began in 1980-81, the State Liners are 24-0. Head coach Dave Post 4-0 against the Vikings, and Voorhees head coach Eric Hall 0-4 against the State Liners. Eric is in his 7th year here at Voorhees with a record of 130-46. And while we have an opportunity before we get started, just want to thank Coach Hall and the athletic director here at Voorhees, Brian Ballman, for being very hospitable, giving us a nice mat side seat and taking care of us before the match tonight.
Yeah, and Jared Marcangeli will be bringing all the hold action as you tune in here tonight. Want to send some get well wishes out to Jeff Russo, home battling the bug right now. And referee for tonight's match will be Joe Benvenuto as captains meet in the center for the flip tonight. Important for a couple of bouts tonight. Phillipsburg would like to win the flip to control. 2 bouts at 145 and 195. And Joe Benvenuto said he was going to come over to StatelinerSports.com's table and let us know who got the odd and who got the even as Voorhees won the flip.
Yeah, it looks like so Voorhees' choice here.
Voorhees in the gold tonight will be green. Peanut, Phillipsburg, and the garnet will be red. Voorhees won the toss and took the odd back.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. Voorhees odd, which means they have to be out first here at 138 pounds. It'll be Josh Ramos for Phillipsburg, the junior 3-3, against August Heithoff of the Vikings. He's a senior 1-6. The Vikings did have a couple of wrestlers weighed in there.
At 138 pounds for Phillipsburg, Josh Ramos. For Voorhees, Augie Heithoff.
Just underway here in the Vikings garnet mat. Ramos with a front head and arm trying to snap down Heithoff to his knees. They break apart. 15 seconds in, no advantage. Ramos took half a shot at the right leg, couldn't get it. Ramos trying to snap down. Heithoff staying up on his feet. Ramos down on his right knee. 30 seconds gone, no advantage here in the first, and a stalemate called by Joe Benvenuto. We'll go back to the center neutral. Diving in on a leg is Heithoff, blocked off by Ramos. Right in the center of the mat. Just underway, Phillipsburg and Voorhees, final dual meet of the regular season. Ramos got in on a double, picks him up and dumps him down, gets the takedown. And the Stateliner Junior is out in front 2-0. Ramos got injured early in the season, sat out a number of matches, and just now making his way back into the lineup. Bars the right arm. Lays down on top of that bar. And reaching inside for the left wrist. Up on his toes to drive the bar, and he's got Heithoff over in his back. Joe Benvenuto counts out the back points. He's got 3 of them coming. Now trying to pick up around the head. Get more weight on that right shoulder with a body press. As Joe Benvenuto looks in there, he's got 15 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Ramos with body press on that right shoulder. Benvenuto looking in with 6 seconds to go. Tries to pick up on the head. And he will survive the period. That is 3 back points for Ramos, and he leads 5-0 after 1.
Yeah, Ramos readjusted his weight, tried to sink a deep half right at the end, but ran out of time, but 5-0 lead after 1.
Ramos will be underneath to start the second. He's set. Stands. He's out in 5 seconds. And Ramos leads 6-0. Worked that double leg takedown in the first. And then was able to put Heithoff on his back. Heithoff was 4-11 a year ago. 0-3 as a sophomore. Low leg cradle with the takedown, and he has him on his back. Joe Benvenuto looking in again at the right shoulder, and the fall. It comes in 3:38 with a low leg cradle for Phillipsburg. Josh Ramos, and Phillipsburg's out in front 6-0.
For the Stateliners, Josh Ramos.
At 1:45, Phillipsburg has to be out first. It's either Brian Meyer or Jason Zinsmeister. Coach Dave Post having a discussion with Scott Silvis before the Stateliners send out. It's going to be Brian Meyer. So Meyer goes out, the junior 21-7. And they will forfeit to Meyer.
At 145 pounds.
12-0 Phillipsburg.
Accepts the forfeit.
And they will send up Liam Coutry-French, I believe, to 152 to face Jason Zinsmeister. So the Stateliners on top 12-0 after 2.
Wrestling at 152 pounds for Phillipsburg, Jason Zinsmeister. For Voorhees, Liam Coutry-French.
Coutry-French with a front head and arm, trying to spin around to Zinsmeister's right. Then tried to work a butt drag. No advantage here through 20 seconds. Now trying to spin around to Zinsmeister's right. Zinsmeister spinning right with him. Coutry-French spinning. Trying to hook a leg and get a takedown. Joe Benvenuto signaling no advantage here. Still trying to, Zinsmeister blocking him off with his right arm. Coutry-French tries to spin around to his right. Joe Benvenuto looking in there, says yes, he's got the takedown, and he has Zinsmeister cradled. Zinsmeister trying to get up on his left foot and bridge out of this. So Coutry-French has the takedown. And has Zinsmeister on his back, looking in at the right shoulder. Joe looking from above. Now going to get down for a closer look. 45 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Got Zinsmeister's right leg behind the knee. Got his right arm tied up. Zinsmeister trying to push his way out of this. Coutry-French still trying to get more on that right shoulder. Now he will take him over again. And able to break the cradle is Zinsmeister. And it is 5-0.
Coutry-French.
final 10 seconds here of the first. Kutry French weighs 145.3. Zinsmeister stands, and it cannot come out. 5-0 after one. Zinsmeister weighs 144.5.
And Matt Brandner was also weighed in there. We thought Brandner would be out there if Phillipsburg won the flip, but Jason Zinsmeister defeated Brandner at the Hunter and Sussex Warren tournament 13-5. That's why Liam French is up here now at 152.
He's on top to start the second. Zinsmeister stands. Kutry French spinning right with him. Now out in front. See if Zinsmeister can pop his head out of that and get a neutral. He will get it. Has the escape, it's 5-1. Working takedowns here in the second. So a couple of 45-pounders up at 152. State Liners lead the match 12-0. We're in the third of 14. In front of the Voorhees bench, and they're off the mat at a minute 26. Liam Kutry French, fourth in District 17 last year. He's 54-37 in his career. Voorhees, a long-time member of District 17, will be in District 16 this year. And District in the realignment. District 16 with Voorhees seeing all brand new schools in the district tournament. They are away from long-time rivals, North Hunterdon, Hunterdon Central, Delaware Valley. They will be in the same region as North Hunterdon, but no longer in the same district.
Yeah, Coach Hall was okay with that. He thinks it's a good way for the kids to start fresh and get some new looks at some new teams and go from there.
Off the mat at 36 seconds to go here in the second with Liam Kutry French. Voorhees out in front of Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister, 5-1.
Coach Hall told us before the match that Voorhees came into this match healthy. Said no problems whatsoever, and Phillipsburg is getting there, as Coach Dave Post told us, Mike.
State Liners are currently without Lance Wissing. He is cleared to wrestle. He is here tonight, cleared to wrestle. They're also without Austin Roth, who has been cleared, but he did not practice yesterday. And Justin Caraballo, end of the second, 5-1, and now it's going to be Kutry French's choice.
After 2 periods, Kutry French leads Zinsmeister.
He looks over to Coach Hall. He's going to go down. Justin Caraballo has also been cleared, and he should also be resuming practice tomorrow. Zinsmeister on top, usually likes to work a power half. Trying to reach back. Now he hooks the right leg with his left. Looking for a cradle, gives up on that, flattens him out. Now try to get that left leg in there. Controlling the left wrist of Kutry French. Zinsmeister flattens him out. 30 seconds into the third. State Liner sophomore trails 5-1. That's a stalling call on Kutry French underneath. Zinsmeister has the left leg in. Will try to turn him to his left with a power half. Right now is to try and stretch out Kutry French. Zinsmeister's up a little high. Reaching now in under the left arm, and a stalemate's called by referee Joe Benvenuto with 58 seconds to wrestle in the third.
Yeah, he hasn't been able to get the leg in and work the power half at the same time. And now he's down to 58 seconds, still trails 5-1.
Tries to stand. Zinsmeister with a half Nelson from the right side. Vikings were in the Lenape Valley Holiday Tournament. Kutry French finishing fourth in that one. He is ranked honorable mention by the Express Times and LehighValleyLive.com at this weight class. stalling call. That gives Zinsmeister a point. It's 5-2 with under 30 seconds to go in the bout.
Wonder if you don't right now. I mean, you have to go for it all right here with this power half. Try to put everything into it. Doesn't make a difference if you got reversed here or not.
He's got that left leg hooked. Coutry French trying to get to his knees. Zinsmeister wanted to try and tilt him there. 5 seconds to go. So Liam Coutry French will win a 5-2 decision for the Vikings at 152. We are through 3. It is Phillipsburg 12 and Voorhees 3.
So it was a big start for Liam Coutry French with a 5-point play in the first period. And that held up for the 5-2 decision as we go to 160 pounds.
It should be Ben Brandner, the senior 11-11 against Phillipsburg junior Shamir Broaders, who is 4-10.
60 pounds for the state liners, Shamir Brothers. For the Vikings, Ben Brandner.
Tying up each other's wrists. Brandner with half a shot at the leg. They go off the mat, neutral back to the center. State liners in the Express Times, LehighValleyLive.com area are ranked 6th behind Bethlehem Catholic, Hanover Park, Northampton, Liberty, and Saucon Valley. And then 7 through 10, Delaware Valley, Easton, North Hunterdon, and Freedom. State rankings find the State liners 5th in the state with NJ.com and with the New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association. Off the mat, no advantage in 1:19. The top 5 are the same in both statewide polls. That's Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, South Plainfield, Cranford, and Phillipsburg. Off they go in 1:02. Still no advantage here at 160.
One of the big matches tonight was Howe and Middletown North, and they're in the statewide top 20 rankings, and Howe prevailed 43-21. We'll see Middletown North possibly at the Phillipsburg Gymnasium on Friday night. They have a match Wednesday with North Hunterdon more likely.
Broaders has a takedown. State liner junior on top 2-0. Brandner stands. Broaders will take him off the mat. Still in control at 31 seconds to go in the first. In those polls, Howell ranked 8th by the writers, 9th by NJ.com. Here's an escape for Brandner. And it is 2-1 in favor of Broaders. Just under 20 seconds to go here in the first. Middletown North ranked 13th by Broaders gets in on the right leg there behind the knee with 5 seconds to go. Brandner trying to flatten him out and spin around behind to his right. And the first period will end with Broaders on top 2-1. Middletown North by the Wrestling Writers Association is ranked 18th. Little disparity there.
Yeah, and like I said, we expect to see either North Hunterdon or Middletown North at the Phillipsburg Gymnasium on Friday night for the sectional final.
Broaders underneath to start the second. Broaders stands, and he's out in 11 seconds. And he leads it 3-1 here in the second. Working takedowns again. Brandner reaches for Broaders' left leg, can't pull it in. Off they go in front of the Voorhees bench across the way. Coach Eric Hall up and shouting instructions to Brandner. Broaders finishing 4th in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. Brandner did not place. Broaders in on the right leg at the edge of the mat, front of the state line of bench. Just try and pull that leg back onto the mat and get control. Still trying to pull him back on. Then wants to go to a double. Now he picks that leg up, goes to a double at the edge, and gets the takedown. Very nicely done by Shamir Broaders. He leads 5-1. Second takedown for Broaders comes with 50 seconds to go here in the second. Brandner tries to sit out and turn in. Now stands. Broaders loses him. It is 5-2. Broaders has had the advantage on his feet. He has a pair of takedowns. Brandner reaching for Broaders' left leg. Can't pull it in. We're down to 30 seconds to wrestle in the second. Stateliners lead the match 12-3. We're at 160, or the fourth of 14. Broaders reaches for that right leg behind the knee. Can't pick that leg up, and Brandner pushes him off the mat at 13 seconds. Good crowd on hand tonight at the Voorhees Gym. This capacity 1,100. Final 5 seconds here of the second. After 2, Stateliner Shamir Broaders with a 5-2 lead. Brandner will go underneath in the third. Coming up, the highlight of the Voorhees roster, the 3 Fernandez brothers. An escape for Brandner, 5-3. Broaders almost had a right leg, couldn't pull it in. Brandner with half a shot, and Broaders sprawls. Brandner again half a shot, 30 seconds gone, and Shamir Broaders is in on the right leg behind the knee, circles with it, and has a takedown. 7-3, Broaders. Shamir controlling. Strong right hand tight waist. Chops at the left elbow.
1 minute to wrestle.
Reaches inside for the left wrist. Just under a minute to go in the bout. He's wrapped that tight waist around the left side of Brandner. Brandner stands. Broaders trying to pick him up. He'll take him off at 42 seconds.
And Broaders' third takedown was nice. It was a single, and he reached in for the far leg and controlled that and got the third takedown of the match as he leads 7-3 as he cuts Brandner now with 35 seconds to go in this match.
It's Brandner's fourth escape, 7-4. 30 seconds to go in this one. Brandner dives in, and Broaders blocks him off. They go off the mat in front of the scorer's table to our right with 21 seconds remaining in the bout. Wrestlers tie up with 15 to go. Broaders is in on that right leg behind the knee, trying to switch to a double in front of the Phillipsburg bench. And Joe Benvenuto says they're off neutral with 7 seconds to go. Brandner thought he gave up a takedown there. He got down in the referee's defensive position.
Yeah, Broaders went off the mat and came back on.
Final is 7-4 for Shamir Broaders. We are through 4. It's Phillipsburg 15 and Voorhees 3. So this will be Mike Fernandez for Voorhees, senior 26-0. And it'll be Dan Fisher for the Stateliners, a senior.
I think they sent Krutz out.
Yep, okay. Cody Krutz, the freshman 0-5.
For the Vikings, Michael Fernandez.
Fernandez spins around behind. He has a quick takedown and leads 2-0. Trying to take Krutz to his back. He's got the right arm barred. Now picks him up. Now he's got a cradle. And the fall. 23 seconds. with a cradle by Mike Fernandez. We are through 5. It's Phillipsburg 15 and Voorhees 9. So then at 182, this will be Dan Fisher for Phillipsburg.
Wrestling.
Fisher is a senior.
182 pounds for the State Liners, Dan Fisher. For the
Fisher
Vikings,
is 11 and 7.
Fernandez.
Scott Fernandez is a junior, 22 and 4. Fisher weighs 169.7. And Fernandez weighs 185.4.
And you can see the 16-pound difference out there on the mat right now.
30 seconds gone, no advantage. Fisher wrestled 182 most of last season, wrestled it in the postseason. Wrestling more at 170 since the holidays. Off the mat, no advantage in a minute 4.
So if you're just joining us, Phillipsburg with a fall at 138 pounds by Josh Ramos, a forfeit to Brian Meyer at 145, which put the State Liners out 12-0. Liam Coultry-French moved up to 152 and got a 5-2 decision over Jason Zinsmeister to cut the lead to 12-3. And then at 160, Shamir Broaders, a 7-4 decision, put the State Liners up 15-3. And then Mike Fernandez, a fall in 23 seconds over Cody Krutz. It's 15-9 State Liners. We're into 6th of 14.
I mean, talking to Viking coach Eric Hall before the match about, what do you need to win this tonight? And, he was honest that it was going to take a lot of different things to do it. He didn't point anything out specifically, but he did say that he wanted to improve on last year's showing against the State Liners, where they won 4 bouts, and one of those by injury default. 14 seconds to go here in a scoreless first between Phillipsburg's Dan Fisher and Scott Fernandez of the Vikings.
Yeah, Mike, they won 4 bouts. 2 of them were by injury default. They started the match and DJ Wissing got hurt last year in the very first match. And then Brandon Patesel also had an injury default that night against Kyle DiNapoli.
First period scoreless at 182. Fisher will go underneath to start the second. Dan finishing 3rd in the district last year, 8th in this year's Warren Hunterdon. He has honorable mention in the Express Times, LeahValleyLive.com. He's trying to shake Fernandez off his back as he stands, posts the right wrist. Fernandez keeps that right leg in. Now trying to drive a power half on Fisher. .30 seconds gone here in the second. Fernandez still in control of Fisher. Power half trying to turn him as he's under the left arm, and that stopped potentially dangerous by Joe Benvenuto. Minute 21 to go in the second.
These two actually met in last year's match where Phillipsburg defeated Voorhees 49-21, and these two actually went into overtime, and Fernandez got a fall in 7 minutes and 8 seconds over Fisher.
Fisher tries to stand. Again, he posts that right hand, trying to keep him from hooking up that power half. Now he's going to stretch out Fisher. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Pressure on the head, neck and head. Now gets those legs in. So try and turn Fisher again to his right. Fisher to his knees. 40 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Flattens out Fisher. Gets his weight out in front. Now moves around back behind. There's a stalling warning on Dan Fisher. Fisher to his knees. Fernandez again trying to sink the legs in, set up a power half, turn Fisher to his right. 10 seconds to wrestle here in a second. Has that left arm well extended. 5 seconds to go. And Fernandez is not going to turn him. He'll ride out the second. We are still scoreless.
After 2 periods, Fisher and Fernandez.
Fisher's choice, he'll go underneath. Excuse me, Fernandez's choice, he'll go underneath in the third. State Liners lead the match 15-9. We're at 182, or the 6th bout of the night. Fisher wraps a tight waist around the left side, and Fernandez sits, it turns in, he's got an escape. He leads it 1-0, 6 seconds into the third. Scott Fernandez, a Lenape Valley tournament champion, finishing third in the 100 in Sussex Warren, 63-28 in his career. Dan Fisher, 31-24 in his career. Stalemate call. Back to the center neutral here with a 1-0 lead for Fernandez. Fisher giving up 16 pounds to Fernandez. Up at 182. Reaches for a leg. One minute to go in the bout.
Yeah, Fisher with a half-hearted shot right there. He tried to jack Fernandez up a little bit and then reach for the leg, but we know Dan Fisher's best move is the double leg, and he's got 57 seconds to try to attempt that takedown. There it is.
Dives in the double. Fernandez sprawls. Fernandez then trying to spin around to Fisher's right. Fisher blocking him off with his right arm. And Fernandez was looking for a knee tap. Fisher is able to get to his feet. 35 seconds to wrestle. Trying to snap Fisher down. Fisher snaps his head out of there. Slips his head out. 25 seconds to go as they're off the mat.
Yeah, I thought the best case scenario was for Fisher is to wait till the end because he wouldn't be able to hold Fernandez anyway.
Dives in on the double. Has Fernandez in a sitting position. Fernandez trying to stay locked to the crotch. Fisher picking up on those legs. 14 seconds to go. Trying to hook. He's hooked the legs. Still no advantage, says Joe Benvenuto. Crossface by Fisher. And then Fernandez spins around to Fisher's right. And Fernandez got the takedown. And he will win it 3-0.
Coach Post is calling referee Joe Benvenuto over to the table.
I think Dave thought that Fisher had a takedown, that he had enough covered to get it.
But even if he would have got the takedown, there would have been a reversal at the end then.
Fisher will lose to Fernandez 3-0.
3-0 decision.
So we are through 6. It's Phillipsburg 15 and Voorhees 12.
And you know, Dave Post told us ahead of time, he said what he wanted Fisher to do against Fernandez is slow the match down. That's exactly what he did, and he was in it till the end.
Dave Post not very happy with Joe Benvenuto right now. Drew Horan at 195. The senior 24-4 against sophomore Luis Fernandez, who is 22-4. The brothers, sophomore through senior, the Fernandez brothers, and they go in reverse order in weight. The senior at 170, the junior at 182, and the sophomore here at 195.
And these two met at the 100 in Sussex Warren in the semifinals, and Drew defeated Luis Fernandez 8-2.
30 seconds gone here in the first, no advantage. Fernandez with a big wrap on his right knee. Horan looking for a bear hug. The edge right in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones that are off the mat neutral at 1:15. Horan weighs 192.9, who's in on the left leg, or now on the right leg of Fernandez, who weighs 195.1. Still no advantage. Fernandez draped over top, picking up on the right ankle of Horan. Horan with two hands on the right ankle and foot of Fernandez, and that stopped potentially dangerous by Joe Benvenuto with 51 seconds to go in the first. Still no advantage here, 40 seconds to go. Horan has come the closest to a takedown. Not able to finish, under 30 seconds. Horan, as they come out of that tie-up, likes to reach quickly for a leg. Horan reaches for the leg, can't get it. Then Fernandez was looking for a headlock and a throw. Still no. Now Horan's behind him. Has to get a knee to the mat. Can't get control. And they're off the mat neutral at 4 seconds to go in the first.
That was a nice flurry right there between the two wrestlers, and we got some blood on Drew Horan. He just pointed out to referee Joe Benvenuto.
See ERCO Community Federal Credit Union to help consolidate your bills, spruce up the house, or take that well-deserved vacation. Low-cost personal loans are available up to $15,000 with pickup in as little as 24 hours. Apply online at ercocu.com or call 908-859-1811, extension 204. Stop by the Phillipsburg or Easton offices or visit www.ercocu.com and see what a difference ERCO Credit Union can make. Federally insured by NCUA. So they have stopped the blood flow from Drew Horan, and the first period will end scoreless here at 195. Fernandez will choose underneath to start the second. Stateliners lead the match 15-12. We're at 195. This is the midway point. Fernandez stands. Horan will cut him. On the escape, Drew Fernandez leads Phillipsburg's Drew Horan 1-0. Horan got behind him again. Can he pick him up? Now he goes in on a double. Fernandez tries to throw Horan over top, steps across. Horan stays with him, still no advantage. Horan picks him up again, dumps him down, gets the takedown. Horan trying to turn him over to his back. Fernandez able to come off, no back points, and it is 2-1 Horan.
Yeah, Drew got a 1 count, that was it.
Couple of good flurries there, and they're off the mat in front of the scorer's table with Horan on top, 2-1. I think Drew Horan doesn't get rattled very easy, too. I think he likes his balance. Fernandez stands. Horan will cut him. And we are 2-2.
Fernandez.
Coming up on the 1 minute mark to go in the second. Wrestlers are tied up right in the center of the Viking mat here at Glen Gardner, New Jersey. They break apart with 50 seconds to go in the second.
Drew with the only takedown. It was on a duck under and was able to eventually bring Fernandez to the mat after the flurry. A lot of tossing and turning. Now we're down to the final 35 seconds in a 2-2 match here at 195.
Looking for an inside tie is Horan. Horan reaches for the right leg. Now Horan looking for a bear hug. Fernandez around the head of Horan. Horan's got the takedown, and I think he got a 2 count that time. He did. Horan with a 4-point play off a bear hug, and he leads it now 5-2. As Fernandez rolled, Horan picks him up. 6-2 on that 4-point play in favor of Horan after 2. Drew Horan, defending district champ, 4th in the region last year. He's got a career mark of 101 and 28. Lou Fernandez is 50 and 15 in his career, coming off a 3rd place finish in District 17 last year, 2nd in the Lenape Valley tournament, 3rd in the Warren Hunterdon. He's ranked 5th in this weight class by the Express Times, LehighValleyLive.com, and Drew Horan is ranked 2nd in this weight class.
Horan chose neutral to start the 3rd, and I just saw the plug come out of his nose right there. Obviously, the blood's not flowing, or referee Joe Benvenuto would stop it, but we're down to 1:15 with Horan leading 6-2.
Fernandez in on Horan's right leg behind the knee, locks his hands behind that, picks up Horan's right leg. Horan with pressure on the head, hopping up and down in the left foot with a minute to go in this one. Horan tries to dive away. Horan manages to sprawl. Fernandez can't finish it, and they're off the mat. Nice job defensively by Drew Horan.
And now the blood's flowing now. They're going to stop it again right now while Dwayne Bryda goes out to attend to Drew Horan.
Horan, a Hurricane tournament champ, and he's ranked 5th in this weight class in the state, according to NJ.com. A runner-up this year in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren to Kyle Leitner of Delaware Valley.
Joe Benvenuto, before the match, Mike had a chance to talk with me, and he was talking about our days with WEST, remembering the friendly faces across the way. And Joe Benvenuto told me it's his 30th year as a varsity referee.
Also had the JV match tonight, which was won by the Stateliners 45-0. 45 seconds to go in this one with Horan on top, 6-2. Horan thought about a power shrug. Now let's see if he can get a bear hug again. 30 seconds to go. Power shrug attempted by Fernandez, and then Horan got in on a leg. They're off in front of the Phillipsburg bench at 21 seconds. Fernandez is the taller of the two. Pause at the head of Horan. Under 15 seconds to go. Down to 5. Drew Horan is going to get his 2nd decision victory over Lou Fernandez of Voorhees. The final, Horan 6-2. We are halfway through. It's Phillipsburg 18 and Voorhees 12. Stateliners have 2 falls, or a fall, a forfeit, 2 regular decisions. The Vikings have a fall, 2 regular decisions. I think Voorhees may end up forfeiting to Robert Melise here and kicking up Sam Huff to 285. Yep, Melise will win a forfeit. And they will probably move up Sam Huff. We'll await for the public address announcer. Sam Huff weighed in at 190.
For Phillipsburg, Ronnie Pinallo. For Voorhees, Sam.
Yep, Huff weighs 193.5. Ronnie Pinallo out for the Stateliners. The senior is 1-0. Huff tried to bear hug Pinallo. Huff is a sophomore. He is 11-11. And as Pinallo got behind him, they go off the mat, no advantage. Huff reaches for the right leg of Pinallo, can't pull it in. 30 seconds gone. Pinallo weighs, I believe, over 230. 241.7. So he has over 45 pounds on Sam Huff.
Sam Huff a year ago wrestled 195 and was pinned by Drew Horan with a half Nelson in 31 seconds. That was the State Liners' first win of the night. They were behind 15-0 after 3 bouts last year with the injury default, a decision, and a fall in overtime by Fernandez that I mentioned.
Pinallo is trying to set up a cement job, and he's got himself in some trouble. Huff with a body press on Pinallo. Looking in at the right shoulder is referee Joe Benvenuto. Got a lot of time left. And the fall. The fall for Huff in 1:20. So we are through 9. And it is Phillipsburg 24 and Voorhees 18. Vikings have their second fall. State Liners with 9 bonus points so far. Voorhees with 6. 106 Cullen Day for Phillipsburg, a junior. 21-5 against sophomore Aiden Taylor, 16-8. Cullen Day sporting pads on both knees tonight. Garnet one on the left knee, white on the right. He had a front head and arm. In front of the Voorhees bench, off the mat neutral in 1:36. Ronnie Pinallo got himself in trouble in that last, up on his feet, trying to lock up a cement job, but when he went down to a sitting position, he lost all that he had there and ended up on his own back. Cullen Day with a takedown. State Liner juniors out in front 2-0.
Phillipsburg's looking to get some momentum here with Cullen Day.
Day's looking to lock up a cross-face cradle. Trying to take the right elbow back to the knee. Reaching inside for the left wrist. Has Taylor's left leg hooked. Now again wants to reach for that crossface. Right hand tight waist, chops at the left elbow. Taylor stands. Trying to pull those hands apart. Day picks him up, drops him down to his knees. 40 seconds to wrestle in the first.
So in this match tonight, we've had a second period fall, 2 first period falls, 2 forfeits, and that's why the State Liners lead in takedowns 8-4. And we are now in the 10th of 14.
12 total takedowns. We're in the 10th bout of the night. Taylor stands. Day picks him up, brings him back down. Got him on his back. Joe Benvenuto counts out 3, 4, 5. He's got 3 back points coming. Day on the tilt picks up 3 back points with 5 seconds to wrestle here in the first. Cullen Day out in front 5-0 after 1. Taylor weighs 107.3. And Day weighs 107.5. Taylor underneath to start the second. Brought back down. Taylor brought back down by Day. Day's been in control of this one since picking up a first period takedown. Controls the left wrist. Taylor trying to stand. Day stands behind him. He'll cut him at his 5-1. Cullen Day, a Warren Hunter and Sussex champion, ranked 3rd in this weight class by LehighValleyLive.com. 38-14 in his career. They are off the mat.
All the gymnasiums we've ever been to, I believe this was the first gymnasium to ever have the light directly above the mat. It's about 12 foot above the mat, 12, 14 foot above the mat. And I can remember back in the 80s when we came here for the first time, and it was intimidating because it was a lot darker in here, and the crowd was it was bigger back then. The crowd, they were into it. They thought they were going to knock Phillipsburg off, and Phillipsburg got a huge win right at the end from Duffy with a cement job to clinch the match for the State Liners during that night.
They have new bleachers here, or newer, since the last time we were here. Day trying to spin around to his right. He has a takedown. And Day leads 7-1. The older wooden bleachers, there's an escape for Taylor, 7-2. They went up higher, and it was a time when we used to broadcast up high and in the middle behind on the home side. Day with another takedown, and he leads it 9-2. 10 seconds to go here in the second. Has the leg split. Pressure on the left elbow. Trying to get out the right side. He's going to run out of time. Cullen Day of Phillipsburg up 9-2 after 2.
Day will carry a 9-2 lead over Taylor heading into
It's going to be Day's choice. He's going to go neutral to start the third. Day with 3 takedowns and 3 back points for his 9.
Tries to tie up the wrist, then sweep the right leg. Taylor with a shot and Day sprawls. Day taps the head, and that may have caught the left eye of Aiden Taylor. Taylor tells Joe Benvenuto he's okay. Back to the action, 20 seconds into the third. State Liners lead the match 24-18. We're at the 10th of 14. Day dives in on the right leg behind the knee. Picks up that leg around the ankle. Has a takedown. Leads 11-2. Day riding out the left side. Controlling the left wrist.
So Day's built to the major here at 106 pound, the 10th of 14, with the State Liners out in front, 24-18.
Phillipsburg with 9 bonus points on a fall and forfeits to Brian Meyer and Robert Melise. State Liner fans want a stall call on Taylor. 30 seconds to go in the bout.
A year ago, Colin Day got a fall in 58 seconds over Colby Kaczynski. We'll see Colby Kaczynski next going against Phillipsburg's Travis Jones at 113 pounds.
Taylor is honorable mention in this weight class in the Express Times, and he is a Lenape Valley tournament champion. Final 10 seconds. Day's been in control, just surrendering a couple of escapes to Aiden Taylor. Day will win an 11-2 major decision. Through 10, Phillipsburg 28 and Voorhees 18.
For those of you who purchased 50/50 tickets,
at 113, Travis Jones of Phillipsburg, the sophomore, 17-7, and junior Colby Kaczynski of Voorhees, who is 14-10.
For the State Liners, Travis Jones. For the Vikings, Colby Kaczynski.
I think Travis Jones is the most improved State Liner from the start of the season to this point. Very dangerous on top.
Yeah, my father and I were just talking about that today with who impressed us, from the start to where we are now with the most improved, and we both agreed that it was Jones.
Power shrug attempted by Kaczynski. Then he wants a headlock, and he headlocks Jones. No advantage. Trying to turn Jones to his back. Eric Hall saying he's got the takedown and has some back points coming, and Joe Benvenuto saying no. Well, Jones is about to pop out of that and get a takedown of his own. Jones leads it 2-0. Trying to work a hazard tilt. Picks up on Kaczynski's leg. He's got the left arm pulled all the way across the body. Gives up on that. Jones weight high in the back of Kaczynski, just under a minute to wrestle. Reaches inside for the right wrist. He's got the left arm barred. Kaczynski tries to stand. There's a hazard tilt. Jones has Kaczynski on his back. Kaczynski trying to belly down. Does. Jones has to break that hold. Does. Gets the 3 back points on the hazard tilt. Jones leads 5-0. Jones reaches inside for the left wrist. Maybe trying to set up a hazard tilt again with 14 seconds to go. He's going to turn him, try to turn him to his right. Now tries to pick him up to the crotch, turn him to his left. He's got the left arm pulled all the way across the body. 4 seconds. And Kaczynski's able to belly down. Jones is up 5-0 after 1.
One thing that we saw right there in that first period when Kaczynski hit that headlock, Jones never panicked. He kept his weight level on the mat, never tried to roll through with it, and he was eventually able to come out the side door, get the takedown, then work the hazard tilt, and he leads 5-0 after 1 as he goes down to start the second.
Kaczynski tried to check him back. Jones to his knees. Jones trying to reverse, and near a reversal gets it. Jones leads 7-0. We have said a number of times that he wrestles dangerously and gave up that headlock, but never really lost, totally went over toward his back.
No, and Joe Benvenuto never hesitated neither with the call.
Has to watch himself on that hazard. Going to try and turn him to his left. Jones again has to watch his own back. Joe Benvenuto says he rolled through, nothing there.
Now Jones has the leg split.
Kaczynski's trying to hang on to Jones's left leg. Jones picks up on that right arm, taking that across the body with the leg split. And he should have some back points coming here. Yep, 1 count, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3 more back points coming for Jones with 40 seconds to wrestle here in the second. Jones has the left arm barred. Now up on his toes to drive the bar, reaching for the right wrist. At the edge of the mat, trying to turn him over with the bar. He got him over. Joe Benvenuto looking in. Fall for Jones. 3 minutes and 41 seconds with an arm bar. We are through 11. It is Phillipsburg 34 and Voorhees 18. Hey, Jones uses more moves in a bout than most wrestlers do as well.
He does, and Jones, it was very close to going off the mat right there when he turned him in to the center and exposed the back of Colby Kaczynski. Eventually gets the fall in 341, and now we go to 120.
It'll be Tyrus Manley of Phillipsburg. The junior is 6-8, facing sophomore Hunter Reinhardt of Voorhees, who is 19-6. Stateliners lead by 16 with 3 bouts remaining. Manley, the taller of the two, as they tie up. There's a power shrug attempted by Reinhardt. Then he tried to headlock Manley. Manley fighting that off, and a cement job by Manley. He can't finish that. Manley spins around behind. Manley has to get a knee to the mat at the edge and get control. Still no advantage. And it's Reinhardt who comes out of the scramble with the takedown. He leads 2-0. Off the mat they go. We went from a headlock to a cement job. And then finally in the scramble, Reinhardt ended out with the takedown. 1:04 to go in the first.
Yeah, right before he got that takedown, Manley was adjusting his headgear, and it was just that one split second, and that was enough for Reinhardt to get the opening takedown.
Manley is out,
Escape.
2-1.
Manley.
50 seconds to go in the first. Both wrestlers sporting pads in their right knees. Headlock again by Reinhardt. Does Manley slip that one? He does. Manley slips the headlock for a takedown. And he leads Reinhardt 3-2. Reinhardt rolls. Manley stays with him. Reinhardt stands. Reinhardt is out. It's 3-3.
Escape. Reinhardt.
Reinhardt tapping at the head of Manley. Dives in on Manley's right leg. Manley pressures down in the head. Tries to spin around to Reinhardt's left. Manley cannot get control as they go off the mat. Dave Posts, rest of the Stateliner coaches kind of beside themselves, and the Stateliner fans to our left. First period ends. It's 3-3 at 1:20.
All right, if you're asking my opinion, I thought it was a takedown there. And your opinion, Mike?
Honestly, by the time I stood up, because I have some equipment right where they were on the mat, I'm sorry, I can't tell you.
All right, doesn't make a difference. It's 3-3 after one. We go to the second, and Manley will go down.
Reinhardt trying to bar the left arm. Manley frees that, comes up to his knees. Reinhardt wraps the right hand tight waist around the left side. Now is Manley in a sitting position. Manley comes out. Manley to a low leg cradle. And Reinhardt spins around, still in control. Manley spinning with him. Manley has to pop his head to get one here. Reinhardt trying to work a front head and arm. Manley up to his feet. Reinhardt still trying to spin around to Manley's right, and they're off the mat. Reinhardt still in control, and 1:12 to go in the second.
A year
Fans
ago,
have gotten their money's worth in this one.
they have, and a year ago, Reinhardt, when he got in the varsity lineup as a freshman, went against senior Kyle Marcus, and Marcus got a 14-3 major.
Reinhardt, right hand tight waist. Manley trying to reach around for the left leg, or right leg.
Look at our Peterson.
Yep, Reinhardt's up a little high, too. Manley still caught underneath Reinhardt, trying to take him over top. Reinhardt spins around back, maintains control. Manley's close to coming out a couple of times and was close to a reversal. Now in a sitting position, Reinhardt underhooks the left shoulder. Manley, again, almost out. Reinhardt still in control, front head and arm with 20 seconds to wrestle. And he will maintain control with 15 to go.
You sound like a broken record during this match. Every time Manley comes very close to coming out, Reinhardt's able to control the head and then spin around and get control as we're in the final five.
Going to be Reinhardt's choice in the third. 3-3.
After 2 periods, Manley and Reinhardt.
It'll be Reinhardt underneath. Manley, right hand tight waist, left elbow. Reinhardt tries to sit out, turn in. Manley hooked around the leg. Reinhardt is near a reversal, has it. With the reversal, Reinhardt leads Manley 5-3. Manley sits, arches his back. Reinhardt maintains control. Takes Manley's left wrist. Just under a minute and a half to go in the bout. Flattens out Manley. Pressures on the left elbow. Manley to his knees. Reinhardt still has a leg in. Flattens out Manley again. minute to go in this
1
one.
minute to wrestle.
Reinhardt with his weight on top of Manley. Reaches inside for the left wrist. Still has Manley's right leg hooked. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Reinhardt, now Manley sits. Arches his back again. Reinhardt maintains control. Manley stands. And is stopped potentially dangerous at 20 seconds to go in regulation with Reinhardt on top 5-3. Bars Manley's left arm. 10 seconds to go in this one. Hunter Reinhardt, Voorhees, will win a 5-3 decision, but Phillipsburg will clinch the match with 2 bouts to go. It's Phillipsburg 34 and Voorhees 21. Phillipsburg has 4 falls and or forfeits, a major, 2 regular decisions. The Vikings have 2 falls and 3 regular decisions. 34-21 Phillipsburg. We go to 126. Cody Harrison, a sophomore, 11-4 for the State Liners. Joe DeLucent for Voorhees, a freshman, 10-8.
For the Vikings, Joe DeLucent.
Harrison, a transfer from Warren Hills, defending district champion. In on a double. Harrison has a takedown and leads 2-0 as they go off the mat.
Takedown. Harrison.
DeLucent will get set. Now Harrison. Harrison, right hand tight waist. Trying to bar the left arm. Has that left arm pinned all the way behind. Delisant now picks him up under the chin. Will try to turn him to his right. Wants to get back and get his head in the side. Now, good control of that chin. He's got a cradle. Harrison has a cradle and has Delisant on his back. Joe Benvenuto looking in. Looking in at the left shoulder. Harrison may have to redistribute his weight to get more on that left shoulder. Body press. Delisant trying to bridge. Harrison gets the fall in 1:18.
In 1 minute and 18 seconds at 126.
We go to the final bout of the night. It is Phillipsburg 40 and Voorhees 21.
Our next broadcast on StatelinerSports.com will be Wednesday from the Phillipsburg Gymnasium. Sectionals, Phillipsburg heavily favored against Sayreville. Sayreville, that'll be Monday night's match. Sayreville lost to North Hunterdon 75-0, but they'll face the winner of Woodbridge and Scott Plains Fanwood.
Colton Riley, a senior, 13-11 for Voorhees. Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg, a sophomore, 8-12. Front head and arm by Riley. Tino tried to get in on the right leg, can't finish it. Now looking again on the right leg at the edge of the mat. No advantage, says Joe Benvenuto. Tino circles him in, trying to go to a cradle. At the edge, he's got the takedown. He's got to spin him back onto the mat. He's got the cradle and has him in trouble, but he's off the wrestling surface and has to spin him back on. He's got him in a lot of trouble, but right now not good for any back points because the shoulders are off the mat. Everybody from the Phillipsburg side, Kyle Tino to pull him back in. He'll go off. Kyle's probably going to be He got 3 back points. I never saw him count.
No, neither. I thought he said he was off the mat the whole time. And that's what I thought the coaches were yelling for Tino to pull him back on. Now they're going over to the scores table. I don't believe there was any back points.
He never counted them. Joe never counted them out.
No, he was saying they were off the mat.
And I thought that was clear.
I'm going to be shocked if this isn't 2-0 right now once they get done with this discussion with head coach Eric Hall and referee Joe Benvenuto.
The rest of that bracket that Jim was talking about all right, they did not award back points. 2-0 Tino
Correction.
after 1.
Just the takedown, no back points awarded.
Riley tried to headlock Tino. Riley has an escape, 2-1, and they're off the mat. Rest of that bracket.
The rest of the bracket on the other side, it's Middletown South and North Hunterdon in the first round, and they'll face the winner of Middletown North and Colonia.
And the State Liners is the top seed. As long as they win, they'll be home. Tino has a takedown. Leads it 4-1. Tino riding out the left side. "15 seconds to go here in the first."
These two met a year ago in the match. Tino was a 5-4 winner in that bout. Tino had 2 takedowns and escape, and Colton Riley had an escape and a reversal, and then a late escape. 5-4 Tino prevailed.
4-1 Tino after 1.
Tino leads.
He will go underneath
After 1.
to start the second. Kyle with 20 wins in his career. Sits out. Just a sophomore. Riley, the senior, riding out the left side. Riley at 13-11 this season. He has 25 wins in his career. So Phillipsburg making this 25 wins against Voorhees without a defeat tonight. Riley has the left leg in. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Riley, I think, trying to set up a power half and turn Tino to his left. Riley no longer has a leg in. Weight still high in the back of Tino. Tino rolls. Riley stays with him, trying to set up that power half again without a leg. And they're off the mat. 54 seconds to go here in the second. State Liners will finish the regular dual meet season 10-1 against New Jersey competition, losing only to Cranford. As mentioned earlier, State Liners ranked 5th in both the 5th in the state in the NJ.com and Wrestling Writers Association polls. Tino is out for 1. He leads at 5-1. 30 seconds to go in the second.
Yeah, Riley in that little flurry right there got up too high, and Tino was able to come out with 30 seconds to go.
Riley unable to complete an arm drag. Dives in, and Tino's able to fend off the leg. They're off the mat at 13 seconds to go in the second.
Yeah, Riley had a couple swings at a single leg right there, and Tino was able to avoid it. And now Tino's pointing something out to referee Joe Benvenuto. Pointed to his chest there for a second.
Phillipsburg trainer Dwayne Brydick going to come out. Tino taking some injury time.
Before they went back to the center, Mike, earlier in the period, I saw Kyle Tino hold his chest for a second, and referee Joe Benvenuto said, "You okay?" And he said, "Yeah." So I believe it's the same type of injury. I don't know what it is.
30 seconds of injury time used.
Coach Dave Post talking to him. They have put the injury time up on the clock. He has used half of the 1 minute 30 seconds allotted. Vikings will fall to 13-7. Phillipsburg will go to 11-1, and Tino's okay. They have stopped the injury time.
Injury time used.
Tino trying to get in on the right leg, blocked off by Riley. Get in front of the scorer's table. They're off at 2 seconds to go in the second. Riley dives in and Tino sprawls. It's 5-1 Tino after 2.
Tino leads Riley 5-1.
Riley underneath. Reaches back for the head of Tino, then blocks off. Tino may have a reversal. He does. Riley with a reversal. It's 5-3.
Riley.
Tino picks up on the left leg of Riley. Riley riding out, trying to bar the left arm. Maintaining control of Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino. .30 seconds gone here in the third. Tino with 2 takedowns and an escape for his 5. There's another escape. He now leads 6-3 as they go off with 1:12 to go. Riley has an escape and a reversal. Riley looking for a Russian tie. Tino sweeps the right leg behind the knee. At the edge of the mat, trying to switch to a double in front of the scorer's table. Riley was looking for a headlock, and they go off to our right. 53 seconds to go in the bout.
Tino's injured again off the mat. Coach Post asked him to get back in the center, holding his chest again.
Circle to the right. 45 seconds to go. Front head and arm by Tino. Tried to snap down Riley. Riley back up to his feet. Tino with pressure on the head. Now on their knees in front of the scorer's table. And they're off at 29 seconds to go. Riley trying to snap down. Tino reaches for a leg, can't get it. Riley trying to work front head and arm, spin around to Tino's right. Tino pulls that hand off from behind his head. Fights him off with 10 seconds to go. Riley trying to finish the takedown at the edge with a cradle. Joe Benvenuto says no. 2 seconds to go. So Kyle Tino will get himself a victory. 6-3 is the final. Phillipsburg defeats Voorhees tonight by the score of 43-21. State Liners with 5 falls and/or forfeits, a major, and 3 regular decisions. Voorhees with 2 falls and 3 regular decisions as the house lights come back on here at Voorhees, and suddenly, you know, it's a lot brighter. As they now have pulled or raising the big spotlight from the center of the mat. Our wrestling action, Phillipsburg and Voorhees, brought to you tonight on StateLinerSports.com by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterd and Warren, Sussex area. Follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit. A history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 908-283-4342. And follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Pberg HS Wrestling. That's Pberg HS WRESTLIN. So the Stateliners defeat Voorhees tonight, 43-21 in Glen Gardner. Stateliners with 5 falls, a major, 3 regular decisions. Voorhees 2 falls, 3 regular decisions. We opened the match at 138. Phillipsburg's Josh Ramos with a low leg cradle and a fall over Augie Heithoff of Voorhees. 6-0 Phillipsburg. 145. Voorhees forfeited to Phillipsburg's Brian Meyer, so it was 12-0. 152. Liam Coutry-French of Voorhees with a 5-2 decision over Phillipsburg's Jason Zinsmeister. Made it 12-3. 160. Shamir Brodders of Phillipsburg, a 7-4 decision over Ben Brantner. Made it 15-3 Stateliners. 170. Mike Fernandez, the unbeaten Voorhees senior, with a fall in 23 seconds over Cody Krutz that made it 15-9. 182, Scott Fernandez for Voorhees. A 3-0 decision over Phillipsburg's Dan Fisher. Made it 15-12 Stateliners. 195, Drew Horan for Phillipsburg. A 6-2 decision over Luis Fernandez. Made it 18-12 Phillipsburg halfway. The Vikings forfeited to Robert Melise of Phillipsburg at 220. And then at 285, Sam Huff, a fall in a minute 20 over Ronnie Pinello of Phillipsburg. That made it 24-18 Liners. 160, Cullen Day, an 11-2 major decision for Phillipsburg over Aiden Taylor. Made it 28-18. 113, Travis Jones, a fall with an armbar in 341 over Colby Kaczynski. Made it 34-18 Phillipsburg. And Hunter Reinhardt of Voorhees won a 5-3 decision over Tyrus Manley at 120. Stateliners clinching the match then at 34-21. Then at 126, Cody Harrison of the Stateliners, a fall with a cradle in a minute 18 over Joe DeLucent of Voorhees. And then in the final bout of the night, Kyle Tino of the Stateliners won a 6-3 decision, the sophomore, over senior Colton Riley. Phillipsburg winning 43-21. It's Phillipsburg's 25th win in the series that began back in 1980-81. The Vikings have never defeated the Stateliners. Coach Dave Post with win number 107 in his career against 18 defeats. The Stateliners are now 472, 62-1 against New Jersey competition since 1979-80. And the Stateliner wrestling program overall, 935 wins, picked up number 935 tonight against 261 losses, 7 draws all time. So the Stateliners end the regular season, the regular dual meet season, at 11-1. And Jim, now it's on to the postseason and Sayreville on Monday night at the new Stateliner gym.
Monday night at the Stateliner gym, and then as we talked throughout the night, Wednesday night we expect to see Phillipsburg prevail. Monday night there will be heavily favored in that match, and Wednesday we expect to see the winner of Woodbridge and Scotch Plains Fanwood Should be a good one Wednesday night, and everybody will be looking forward to hopefully Friday night for a sectional championship for the State Liners, as they'll go against more than likely the winner of North Hunterdon and Middletown North. And Middletown North is going to have to regroup after their big loss to Howe tonight.
Should the State Liners be fortunate to advance on Monday, and that is again a number 1 seed versus an 8 seed matchup, we will be bringing you all the action of the semifinal on Wednesday. Approximately 6:50 would be our webcast time. Same time Friday, should the State Liners prevail on Wednesday. So the State Liners win the Raritan Division Championship tonight, going undefeated for the season, 7-0, and raising the dual mark again to 11-1. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight here at Voorhees Gymnasium. Our thanks to our supervising broadcast technician, Jared Marcagilli. For Jim Meglick, and I'm Mike Moore, and again, want to pass along our best to the boss, Jeff Russo, who's home tonight a little bit under the weather. We hope to have him back with us on Wednesday night. That'll do it for Voorhees. State Liners win. Have a good night.